Arsenal changes its strategy and identifies a new striker instead of Ivan Toney. And Mikel Arteta enters the race to sign the £9 million wonder kid dubbed the next Jude Bellingham. Watch until the end to not miss any details. But before that, if you are also passionate about Arsenal, subscribe to the channel now and stay up to date with everything that happens behind the scenes of the biggest team in the Premier League. Without further ado, let's get to today's updates. Ivan Toney has been heavily linked with a switch to the Emirates Stadium, and Bayer Leverkusen forward Victor Boniface has also been mentioned in connection with the club, amongst others. There have even been rumours involving Arsenal and an ambitious plot to land the services of PSG superstar Kylian Mbappe. However, a new name has now entered the conversation, as speculation around his future with his current club mounts. Newcastle United may be willing to part with Callum Wilson this month, as AC Milan have shown interest in the 31-year-old attacker, as reported by the Daily Mail. With Wilson potentially on the market, Arsenal have now been encouraged to explore the possibility of bringing the 9-cap England man to the Emirates Stadium this winter. Robbie Earle and Robbie Mustoe recently raised this subject on the Two Robbies podcast. Earle posited the question as to whether, could Callum Wilson be a cheeky little option for Arsenal? Mustoe gave his take on the notion, saying, "Why would Newcastle do that? To release some salary? I mean, you do it, if you're Arsenal you would totally do that. I feel like Arsenal now could do with something." Should Arsenal consider a deal for Callum Wilson? In truth, even if Mikel Arteta decide to push to sign Wilson, Newcastle would almost certainly have no inclination to let the player join a domestic rival. What's more, Wilson likely still has an important role to play at St James' Park this season, and the Tyneside outfit would surely only consider letting him go if a sizable transfer offer came in. Newcastle are under no pressure to let Wilson leave on loan. Equally, Arsenal are in no position to make a sizable transfer offer for Wilson, given the lack of funds at their disposal. A new striker is needed at the Emirates Stadium, with both Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah struggling to score consistently this season, but Wilson does not represent the solution. Putting the issue of attainability aside, he lacks the technical level needed to thrive in Arteta's system, and does not fit into the North London club's transfer policy due to his age profile. Arsenal have joined the race to sign Lucas Bergvall. Arsenal are looking to the future, as they eye up the potential signing of Djurgården's midfielder Lucas Bergvall. At this time, the Gunners' primary focus in the market is on bringing in players who can immediately improve and reinforce the existing squad, and can be expected to hit the ground running at the Emirates Stadium. As reported by transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano, the North London club are hoping to add a striker and a defender to their ranks in the current January transfer window. Whilst those immediate impact signings are the priority, Mikel Arteta and sporting director Edu will be mulling over some longer-term investments, too. According to Mundo Deportivo, one such investment could be the capture of 17-year-old Swedish wonderkid Bergvall. However, Arsenal may already be at the back of the queue for his services, as the likes of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter, Juventus, and Eintracht Frankfurt are also credited with a keen interest in the teenager. Swedish club Djurgårdens are resigned to the inevitable eventuality of Bergvall moving on to bigger and better things before too long. As reported by Swedish outlet Aftonbladet, the top-flight club expect the youngster's departure to represent their biggest transfer ever. Who is Lucas Bergvall? Despite his tender age, Bergvall is already an established first-team figure, as he played 28 times for Djurgårdens last season. Having previously represented his country at youth level, turning out for the Sweden under-15s, under-16s, and under-21s, Bergvall made his senior international debut earlier this month, as he played over 30 minutes against Estonia in a friendly match. Bergvall is a powerful and athletic presence in the middle of the park, able to make his presence felt at both ends of the pitch. He is also extremely technically gifted. As reported by 90 Minutes, he has even drawn comparisons with Jude Bellingham. That same report also states that any move taking Bergvall away from Djurgårdens could cost around £8.5 million, and is unlikely to take place until the summer. By that time, Arsenal may feel that they are in a better position to make a move for a player who is clearly to be viewed as one for the future. After all, for all of his impressive achievements in Sweden so far, it would be a huge ask for Bergvall to come to the Premier League at his age and immediately match the level required. Arteta scouts watch superfast £36 million Spurs target who'd solve two Arsenal issues. Arsenal look likely to invest in an attacker in the summer transfer window, and have been linked with several players. Ivan Toney and Victor Osimhen are seemingly two key targets, whilst Pedro Neto and Michael Ollis have been linked as wide options. Mikel Arteta needs to add pace to his squad, and his current attackers have been criticized for their poor finishing ability this season. With financial fair play issues preventing any big move in the January window, attention is being paid to the upcoming summer window, where Arsenal looks set to add at least one key forward to the attacking roster. They have now scouted a player who could solve two of their main issues in one deal, but will face competition from a key rival. Arsenal scout RB Leipzig star Lois Openda. A report from HIDC Football has revealed that Arsenal scouts were in attendance at a crucial match in the Bundesliga title race at the weekend. Bayer Leverkusen secured a dramatic 3-2 victory against RB Leipzig, with Granit Xhaka's new side still top of the table, and Arteta's scouting team were there to check up on a number of players from both sides. Whilst Jeremy Frimpong of Leverkusen has been linked, they were also keeping an eye on Leipzig striker Lois Openda. The 23-year-old joined this summer from RC Lens for just over £36 million, and has scored 12 and assisted 4 goals in 18 Bundesliga matches. Tottenham Hotspur were previously linked with Openda as a replacement for Harry Kane, but he is now on Arsenal's radar as a potential striker option. Lois Openda could solve Arsenal attacking issues. The Belgian international would add both blistering speed and clinical finishing to Arsenal's frontline, which would solve two key issues facing Arteta. His former coach Philippe Clement, who is now managing Rangers, previously highlighted how dangerous Openda can be in attack. Everyone saw his qualities, he stated of his time as a teenager at Club Brugge. He's super fast, but he also has an eye for goal and a will to be decisive. In difficult times, he's someone who remains combative. That's a very important quality in life and as a player. Openda could cost a significant amount given his progress since what was already a big transfer, but he would be a speedier option than the likes of Leandro Trossard, who has been criticized for some of his performances when replacing Gabriel Martinelli on the wing, and would offer more goal threat than any of Arsenal's current strikers. He could both replace Gabriel Jesus through the middle, or even play alongside him in attack, offering a speedy outlet to find space in behind, as well as deadly finishing when presented with chances inside the box, and should a move happen, it could be a deal which sets Arsenal up nicely for next season. Well, folks, those were today's news. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay informed about everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.